What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an exciting day today because aespa is basically back with another song, Girls. Now, I don't know what the concept is of this video, but we're gonna be exploring that while watching the MV. And also, I must say, this is so cool to see a video have nearly 4 million views within the first 6 hours. And on top of that, what is actually with the timings of the release of this video? Why is it 6 o'clock in the morning for me, like 12 or 1ish, depending where you are in Asia, and very late for America? aespa tends to have a very interesting time zone mechanic going on that I don't really fully understand, but they must be targeting a certain demographic, so either the Americans or the Asians in Asia, so Korea, Japan, in that region. Before we start with today's video, like always, if you have any recommendations, put them down below in the comment section. And of course, if you enjoy what you're about to see, then make sure you hit that like button already and make sure you're subscribed to become part of the community. And I would just say, let's jump right into aespa with Girls. Alrighty, let's see what it's all about. Can we give them credit to actually adding elevator sounds to the elevator? It's something small, but it just makes the entire world a little bit more alive. And that's the Black Mamba. Before they actually continue, is it wrong to say that maybe this group is inspired by The Matrix? Because if you look at some of the special effects, it looks as if it's like a virtual world. Especially like if you look at this, it seems like everything is being loaded. Like, is there maybe a possibility that this has been inspired by The Matrix, especially their concept? Who knows? Maybe you do. I don't know. I love the beauty close-up shots, though. You can see the focus is 100% on the eyes. I love the colors of... I think they're wearing contact lenses in these cases, but it looks phenomenal. I love the sharpness. So this is all basically being filmed on a mechanical arm. Everything is quite static. The camera is being programmed to move around. Am I a fan of it? Not 100%, because it just takes away that edginess that a human has when he carries a gimbal. You know, both are very nice, but it has its ups and downs. It should never be used too much, I would say. It's just very smooth. It's too smooth sometimes. But it does allow for you to have very long shots, which is nice. For example, this shot here is actually all done with hand. You can clearly see a little bit of a difference, you know, like it's just a little bit more rough, if I can say so. Like, it's hard to pick it up, but just the movement is just more human-like. It's nice. Or here, for example, you can even see a little bit of a wobble going on into the camera here. Like, it's a little bit weird, but why is there a wobble? Especially if you look at the ceiling here, like that should not be there. Like, maybe the gimbal was wrongly stabilized. I can't really say, but you can see it here. It's basically wobbling from left to right. That's a really unique stutter. They could have stabilized that actually in post. Weird. I'm really curious where the song is gonna go to, though. I love the poison green colors, and especially what they did as well with this set. So the colors here are just phenomenal. You have that very reddish, bloodish color on the wall in the background with the dragons, and then you have that poisonous green in the foreground. Very toxic colors. If you combine them together, like, it gives a very sinister look, but it's really well combined. Even adding sound effects, you know, to the swords and everything. That's how you should do it, you know. Add some realism to your shots, because, hey, it's weird if you don't hear these elements, you know. Like, for example, if you see someone playing the piano, maybe let them play the piano. Not that there is no sound. That's just a bit weird. Hold up. What was that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Like, no joke. That motorbike just looks real, okay? So what actually happened here? I mean, the wheel looks like a bit like a CGI wheel, but the rest of the frame just looks like the real bike. Okay, let's actually have a look. So let's just go frame by frame if it allows us to. Let me see what happened here. Okay, so it is actually all CGI, but Man, the lighting on it is really top notch because you can see the lighting on the member here is coming from the right. And if you look at the wheels, the lighting simulation is basically from the same direction. Really, really good. That's why I was questioning whether this was a real bike or not. And then she cuts it in half. That is some high-end animations. Like, I never thought I would see a CGI level compared to this in any MVs of K-pop. That's really good. That really got me by surprise. Okay, so this is also something cool that I like. And also, guys, if you're new to the channel, I tend to pause videos because I want to analyze the video and also the part from the filmmaking that I'm very much interested in. So there was this scene here with the mirrors. I love mirrors. For all the videos that I've looked at in the past, right now, mirrors are just the elements that just make the scenes just go crazy. You know, they can make these special effects like this. If you have multiple mirrors on top of each other, it creates this repetitive effect. I don't know what it is called in real, but it's all because of mirrors, and they're super cheap, super cool, and super, super exciting. Like, it just makes the sets just so much more interesting. For example, here, again, just to continue the example, we're in a very small room here, but we have a mirror on the left and we have a mirror on the right. It just opens up the world a little bit, you know? It just makes it so much more, it just makes it bigger. Let's say it like that. It just opens it up a little bit more. And it's nice, it's effective, and it's cheap. A mirror costs nothing, especially in comparison to the entire video. I think those people there were fake. Like, were they? I'm curious. One sec. Yeah, so these are not real people. They have to be CGI. Yeah, it just looks really... You see, like, the detail here is just a little bit missing. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look real at all. Especially when it comes to the rest of the lighting. Interesting. Maybe they should have just had real people here, but maybe here? That's a very clean transition there as well. Man, there's a lot of stuff that I'm just paying attention to, but if we look at this transition, it seems like the transition starts behind them, in between them, so they're basically masking out the two members, and then a new portal, a new dimension basically opens up, and then you have your next scene. Very clean transition there. But I'm happy that they actually have a lot of practical effects as well. It just makes the world... Hold up, that is actually super cool. But what I like about everything so far is that we have a nice mix between CGI and a practical world, meaning the members can actually interact with most of the elements on what's going on there, which is very nice. Let's have a look at these fighting scenes, because I really think they're phenomenal as well. Really nice. So basically what you have a camera here, and then they have a fighting scene, and of course some CGI thrown into it as well with their CGI characters. Really cool. Oh, there we go, actually. It's just so crazy, you know, like, this is just beautiful to look at. And I'm not saying it because the character is portrayed really beautifully. I'm just saying because of the CGI, it's just phenomenal to see how beautiful and detailed everything is. I mean, just look at the lips, for example, you know, even a little bit of a shimmer in the lips and everything. Like, the detail that has gone into this face is really top notch. And you can really see most of the detail went into the lips, into the eyes, into the nose, and into the hair. I mean, we don't know about the body yet, but this is beautiful. That's really cool as well. I don't know what's actually, we have to go back there. I don't know what device this actually is, but it's basically a laser that's going over her body, but I like the effect as if something is scanning her. It's a really nice, it's just a real effect, you know, there's nothing added on top of her. A little bit dangerous though, like, I'm not sure if this is really healthy for the eyes. Like, I'm happy she's not looking at it straight into it, but I would not want this machine, to put a laser even close to my face. There's something about it that would just scare me. Like, you can still end up blind, you know, even if your eye just flinches for a second. A little bit dangerous, but hey, maybe these lasers are a little bit more special. Don't really know. There we saw it again. I mean, the set design by itself is just nuts. I wonder how much of it is real, though. Like, I can for certain say that the floor is real and maybe some of the elements in the foreground. The background, I'm questioning. You know, this could just be a green screen. I can't really say. We would have to look at the behind the scenes to really see what's happening here. But even if it was fake, they did a fantastic job, again, with the color grade. It's just phenomenal. This is how it should be. You know, a lot of attention is put into the CGI here that just makes it really good. This is so much better than Next Level, in my opinion. This really just takes Next Level to the next level. Yeah, that's cool. But really, I'm getting those Matrix vibes out of this video. That is really cool as well. You know, it's not the idea of that it's difficult to do, or let me rephrase that. It's not difficult or easy, you know, to do this, but the way they come up with this idea to make this split, you know, that someone is being reflected as a character, you know, on glass. You know, in this case, we have this animation girl, you know, on the side. Her, I forgot what they called, her second persona, or her CGI character, let's say it like that. To even just mimic that on a mirror, it's just a beautiful concept because it mixes the reality and the CGI world together, which is nice. You know, it's interactive, which makes this so unique. I think really aespa is really the only group that is owning that in this sense, you know, not the idea of trying to make something fake look real. Here they really just accepted that whatever CGI is supposed to be part of the world, you know, because of the concept. Really creative, actually. A little bit of an Iron Man effect. Okay, so here again, I have a bit of an issue, and you guys will be like, it's only an MV, it doesn't really matter. But if you hear this voice, okay, this powerful voice that's gonna come right now, I expected this to be maybe a little bit more powerful from her end. It just looks a little bit weak. And then there is a second point to it where it even just goes a bit higher right here. Okay, let's just go back to it again, okay, so that you really understand. And then soon it's going to go to the second pitch, but nothing happens with it. It would have been just nice to really just see her throw her lungs out there to make it powerful, and you know, that would be amazing. It would have shown her skill as well as a singer. Like, I don't know if she can sing in real or not. I'm not a singer in any way, so I don't have anything to say. But from a visual point of view, it was such a great opportunity if they did that. Really, really weird choice of what they just did. They just ignored it, and she just went back into her choreography as if they didn't care too much. It's a bit sad. What is going on there? One sec, guys. And again, if I'm throwing this out there, I just want to see what's happening. So I'm looking at her eye direction, but you have to think about it. She's looking somewhere here, but the object is here. Do you see what I'm looking at? Like, if you look at her eyes, it's like looking somewhere in this direction, but not directly at the item. Did they not have like a fake prop for her to actually look at something, like where the object would be? Again, this is normally what you would do just to make sure that the person is looking at the right direction, because here it just looks like she is looking at an object here. But even that's a really weird place to look, because the item should be floating on this real element. You know, like the floating stone is CGI, I get that, but this piece is real. So why is she just not looking even in this direction? Oh, wait, and then she starts looking at it. So it goes from looking here to Well, I'm really just picking this apart, okay? No, literally, she's. Let me have a look. Actually, she doesn't look at all at the stone. Weird. It's funny that they just didn't have a reference point for her to look at. So maybe they can improve that in the future. Can't really say if they want to, but would have been nice if she was looking at the thing she was about to destroy. You see, it's powerful. Like, this could really just be the alternative to Stranger Things. But yeah, it's a crazy MV. Like, they really went out of their way trying to make this be as big as possible. For some reason, I'm getting really these Stranger Things type of vibes, you know, like the up and down worlds. I don't know. Do you guys also feel that? Like, that could just be an alternative type of Stranger Things. That would be cool. Like, can you just imagine a K-drama version of Stranger Things? Would be nuts. Like, this could be a really good starting concept. So the video itself is actually phenomenal. You know, they tried to do as many things as possible in this video to really just show that they're dedicated to their fans, and they really want to show that they have a great team behind them, and I think that's phenomenal. But the issue, what is lacking here, is that there are sometimes these small details where they put quantity over quality, and it's a little bit of a shame, because if we look at that scene, for example, where they cut that motorbike or that quad bike in half, that was great. But if you look at that ending scene where she's trying to cut a stone, there was not even a reference point for her to look at an item where maybe she could have just looked at, because it just looked a little bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel correct, you know. And also, if it looks as a visual, it didn't do the job at all, because again, she was looking completely in the wrong direction of the stone. I bet some of you guys are going to protect it and say, well, maybe she didn't have a reference point, so they just went with it. But hey, a reference point is nothing difficult. It's only like a ball that is green, and you could always edit that away in the past or in post. So yeah, it's a little bit of a weird choice there. But for most of it, literally 95% of this MV is powerful. It really just shows that girls can rock in the K-pop world, and it's just amazing what they can do with CGI. And I love that split between CGI and reality. They really just are able to fuse those elements together, which no other group can do. So really, aespa, hats off. And also to the rest of the team who was behind in making this video. You guys really went out of your way trying to make this video much better than your last video, and to me this is 1,000 times better than Next Level. I really like this one much more, especially when it comes to the MV proportions. But yeah guys, what do you actually think of aespa and Girls? Did you enjoy today's MV or not? Do you think it could have been better? Do you think it could have been worse? Then please just make sure to put it in the comments below, and of course if you have any recommendations on what you want me to check out next, put them in the comments below as well. And I'll see you on the next video. Guys, I'll see you then. Stay safe and have a good one.